American musician R. Kelly, who is currently facing multiple sex-related charges, including abuse of a minor, can spend decades in prison if found guilty. The 52-year-old denies any claims whatsoever. He has lost a lot of fans over the scandal, but many people do believe he is an innocent man. One of the most shocking things associated with the trial is about the existence of R. Kelly's so-called sex cult. The story that first appeared in 2017 got a new development when the charges were placed against the R&B singer.
I'm an older man that love all women.
Okay.
Today, we are taking a look into the alleged sex cult run by R. Kelly. What do we know about it? On July 17, 2017, BuzzFeed broke a story based on the narration of desperate parents of a young girl who, according to them, was being held against her will in R. Kelly's cult. 3 former members of Kelly's inner circle, Cheryl Mack, Kitty Jones, and Asante McGee, provided support of the parents' worst fears, saying 6 women live in properties rented by Kelly in Chicago and the Atlanta suburbs, and he controls every aspect of their lives, including how they engage in sexual encounters that he records. The last time a woman saw her daughter, she was shocked with her behavior, saying, "It was as if she was brainwashed. She looked like a prisoner. It was horrible. I hugged her and hugged her. But she just kept saying she's in love, and Kelly is the one who cares for her." The relatives sought help of the FBI and police, but technically their daughter was not a missing person, at least not in the eyes of the law. This is when they decided to draw the attention of the media to the issue. The 3 mentioned women who used to live with R. Kelly characterized him as a quote puppet master and master of mind control, who controlled even their phone and social media access. If someone breaks his rules, the musician reportedly punishes that person physically and verbally. And that's not all. According to Mack, Jones, and McGee, there was a special woman who trained newcomers on how Kelly liked to be pleasured sexually. The situation seemed quite shady to many at that point, as on the one hand, the girls apparently stayed with the musician voluntarily, and on the other hand, he was portrayed as a despotic cult leader who controls their minds. It was not until the beginning of 2019 that the story escalated to a whole new level, which was the terrifying Lifetime documentary called Surviving R. Kelly. The 6-part film detailed sexual abuse allegations against Kelly.
I will not go away. I will not be quiet. I will not hide.
Shortly after the docu-series aired, the real legal problems started for the musician. New calls alleging sexual abuse by R. Kelly followed, and in February, he was formally charged with 10 counts of aggravated criminal sexual abuse. The documentary contained evidence not only from victims, but also from the people who worked with him, and so to say enabled him to behave so. While the charges were placed not in relation to the rumored sex cult, the one is still believed to exist, even with R. Kelly being in prison. Before the arrest, Kelly lived with 2 girlfriends, Joycelyn Savage and r.kelly. The 2 still live in his apartment and do whatever they can to prove to the world their man is the real victim in this situation. In the CBS This Morning interview, the 2 emotionally defended Kelly and their relationship. Savage's parents have long claimed that Kelly brainwashed their daughter into staying with them. Responding to the interview, they spoke through their lawyer Michael Avenatti, who tweeted, "r.kelly is presently suffering from years of mental abuse and manipulation by R. Kelly. Sadly, like so many girls before them, r. and Joycelyn Savage have been manipulated and convinced by Kelly to lie to protect him from serious criminal charges." Meanwhile, Clary alleges that it is her parents who wanted her to lie and even tried to persuade her to film a sexual encounter with R. Kelly when she was underage. In one of the self-made videos, both girls are mocking the articles about being sex slaves kept by force. They suggest the public not to believe the fake news they are hearing. Moreover, they are reportedly trying to raise money to get him a good legal team. TMZ even reported with reference to its sources that the alleged sex slaves were attempting to hire the lawyer who worked with Michael Jackson on his child molestation trial in 2005. Even though R. Kelly pleads not guilty, the musician, so as the whole world, is yet to hear the court's final verdict. And we are probably yet to hear more stories about the mentioned sex cult. One thing we know for sure, the ongoing sex scandal will become history and can change the internal rules of the show business industry forever.